Welcome back, guys, to Horizon Forbidden West, where last episode, after finding the Omega clearance, we learned more about Ted's twisted reasons for seeking immortality, and learned that he was actually still alive within Thebes' reactor, as Theo and the Quen broke into the room to see for themselves their great ancestor, leading to them burning what remained of Ted alive, and causing the facility to self-destruct. With Theo having ordered Aloy and Alva's death to cover things up, we managed to escape as lava started to seep into Thebes, with Theo meeting his gruesome end along the way, and Bohai waiting for us up top. However, the Overseer listened to reason and sent Alva to assist us in our quest to save the world. Now having taken on a new errand, the Souvenir, we search for Jomar's brother, having just picked up a couple more collectibles. Right, so where am I going at this point? We've got this campfire.
Here must be the tower Jomar mentioned. And it's full of sunwings. That can't be good.
We're worried more about the storm that's coming out at the moment. Oh, never mind. I guess I'm not
Strong against frosting, huh?
approaching from there. Come here, fish. Okay. Lots of snapmores. That's our destination. I like how it wants us to still come from that road, to be honest. Looks like we've gone through quite a few of the areas here. Well, that's irritating. Nope. No transmission completion by you, thank you very much. Oh, can I not climb or clamber over this? There we go. Seems this approach is going to be a bit dangerous. So, you want me to get up on the tower, do you?
Gotta find the right cauldron to learn how to override that machine.
You said I could pick up on this. I'm not quite sure it's working that way for me. Oh my goodness, sunwings everywhere. I weirdly feel like it would be better for me to start attacking sunwings on their own, though.
Made it to that tower. I doubt the sunwings up there missed them. I should check the place for survivors.
Did you know I'm going in?
Guess I'm climbing.
Did I get the ability to override sunwings? Unfortunate.
I need to find a way up this tower.
Say, if I take it down fast, I'll be fine. Didn't look like I could necessarily climb the tower from the inside. To be honest, it might be, but I didn't read the log that was down there in the water, did I? Might be best for me to, like, push out You're flying upside down. You do know that, right? As long as we're clear on this fact. Thanks for coming into range. Did my thing just fall on the ground off an armor plate? I can't reach you. Hi. One of those things, really, isn't it? That plasma detonation was nasty. Right, next, please. Fine, we can make it so it can't fire stuff. I need to be targeting... If I want parts, I need to be targeting the bits on their wings. How'd I miss that? You can't really do anything to me now, but... That's why it's coming in close. Luckily that you decided to hang around the explosion point. Yeah, I think that's most of the sun wings.
I'll give up on.
Obviously it's going to get more annoying when I start to try to actually ascend, but do what you can, right? I haven't even picked up a signal for anyone yet, so I'm kind of confused about where I'm going. You do see that there, right? No? Okay, I'll make the jump myself. How many more sunwings? There's got to be Apex at the top, right?
Dead end. Maybe if I go outside, I can find another way up.
Yeah, that sounds easy. Definitely no evil birds out there.
Another close one.
I mean, thankfully I've got the shield wings, so no matter what, if we're falling, I have an option. Now, did I actually want to climb that? Yes?
Quen scout. But there's only one way to be sure it's Jomar's brother. Better check for the relic.
Down there, right?
The relic. And my focus picked up data on it. It's not a beacon, it's a tourist map of San Francisco. If the Quen could read this, they wouldn't need to send scouts out blind. I should tell Alva.
Aloy, I'm here.
Alva, I found some data I think Bohai might be interested in seeing. I'm sending it to you now.
I'll pass it along.
Thanks. I better take this relic back with me. Give it back to Jomar. Along with the bad news. By the looks of things, whoever was with Horus must have met a similar fate.
Oh, I can actually search for them as an optional. On the beaches, maybe? Ugh. Crammed down there a little bit. Where's the... There it is. Essentially flying back here. Or I can push down to there, which is where I'd expect them to be.
The rest of the scouting is over. Looks like they were ambushed by machines. Horus must have escaped to the tower. Too bad machines got him there instead.
Well, I found them, but equally I didn't find them. I don't see any corpses. I'm assuming that there would probably be stuff to loot off these dead people.
It's a long fight if I stick to shock ammo.
The apex spike snout just hanging out. Lots of them. Apex Red Eye Watcher. No wonder they got ripped up. Well, mission complete. Let's deliver the bad news. This island doesn't actually look that hard to clear out, does it?
You've returned. Did you?
I'm sorry.
How did he die?
The tower was a sunwing nest. He went in there looking for cover, but he was holding on to that when I found him.
Horus.
I read the data on it. It had a map that can help your people get the lay of the land without risking more scouts. All of us sharing it with Bohai right now. It's a good thing your brother protected it.
I'd trade all the data and the legacy to have my little brother back. But I'm glad that something meaningful came from his death. As promised, you now have access to my weapon stock. If you bring me the right resources, I can make you anything you see there. Actually, why don't you give this a try? One of our best. And if it's of use, you know where to find more.
Thank you. I'm really sorry for your loss.
I know you are. And I'm grateful.
Elite Canister Rope Caster as a reward.
I salute you.
Okay then. I think it's a good time for me after doing that quest. Canister Rope Caster are a special type of rope casters. They fire canister harpoons that can attach elemental canisters so we can blow people up. Kind of fun. Must be fully drawn. So we'll leave that quest there and the rest of the island exploration for the time being. There's this section over here. Maybe a quest we'll take out. There's the last vista point that exists. Nearly done all of them too. Got all of the things on top of that. So maybe we'll go see if there's a quick reward there. But I think we should need to head back to the base now that a new ally awaits us there. So just help her settle in. Let me up higher first, though. Whee!
Hey, I thought you'd left by now.
Same time, same place.
I'm assuming someone's talking to me. Did we get anything for doing all of you?
Oi, all who gave. So she entered once more, our heroine, whom all adore. And above, the serpents continued to dance in the sky, like sparks leaping from a flaming forge. Have you found any more ornaments?
Yeah. Here.
So, what can I do for you?
We did find them all right.
Let's put this one up.
By our heroine's word, the lights would dazzle the sky.
From one New Year's to another.
Fireworks like Moreland's, and all that other stuff floating around. Is that snow?
Don't think so.
Dust?
No.
Hail?
I think it's just sparkles.
Oh. Interesting. Oh, and before I forget, help yourself to the contents of that chest over there. For our heroine had dared the challenges of the West, recovering lights long lost, that deserved riches and rewards in kind.
I'm not quite sure I live up to all that, but thanks.
Eyes up here, brother.
Reward! Ooh. Our first legendary weapon. The Ancestors Return. Unfortunately, it's the exact weapon type I hate the most. Just my luck, eh? Just my luck.
What if we buried them in the sand? Boom traps.
But then we might blow up everyone, not just the machines.
What are you two working on?
Red! We're making boom plans.
We struck a deal with Abaddon when we got back. Turns out this place is gonna need some security for all those machines out there. And when he heard how Boomer's invention helped you take down the Vanishing Dread, we convinced him we were right for the job. Now we just gotta figure out how we're gonna keep the machines away without blowing everyone sky high.
Not everyone. The flying ones are already in the sky.
Sounds like you both have a lot of work ahead of you.
And a place to call home.
Home of the Boomworks.
Yeah, we're gonna have to work on that name.
I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone officially recognizes that place as the Boomworks by the end of it. Sounds as official a name as any name I've ever heard before. Let's say, where's the campfire here for my free fast travel? Home. Space at the base isn't called something more than just the base, to be honest. Alright, well, time to check what's going on with everyone before we even think of doing the stuff.
Funny. Funny how? Their clothes, they're weird. They're so tight.
For once, I'd have to agree. I'd rip those things to shreds in a fight.
Guess they didn't move around as much.
That's why you've got the big flowy pantaloons, right? I get ya.
There she is. Heard you had an interesting time at Thebes.
Maniacs, lava, what's not to like?
I'll remember that next time I go traveling.
At least I got what we needed to trap Hephaestus.
Good thing I got my gear ready then.
I was hoping you could help me with something. It's about the Tenakth rebels, and it also has to do with the Oseram.
Really? That doesn't sound good. Let me know what I can do to help.
Oh, we actually have a quest line for Sons of Prometheus now, or at least something to talk about regarding them.
I discovered an Oseram militant group. They call themselves the Sons of Prometheus. It looks like they're the ones overriding machines for the Tenakth rebels. They're familiar with ancient tech, and they're as anti-Karja as it gets.
So, Last year we stopped Derval and his cronies from blowing up Meridian in retribution for the Red Raids. And now you're telling me we have another group of Oseram trying to wipe out the Karja with an army of machines and bloodthirsty Tanakh?
Pretty much.
Well, that's just great.
Is there any way you can help me find out who they are? Anything to track them down and stop them?
Well, I could have the Vanguard check Chain Scrape and Barren Light in case they're moving any supplies through there. But if they are, I'll bet they're being careful about it.
Yeah. And they have focuses too. Makes it easier for them to evade guards and patrols.
Hold on. Way back when we first met, you came looking for me in Meridian because you detected Olin's focus with yours, right? So does that mean that if I go back to the Daunt with this...
You could scan for other focuses.
And if an Oseram is wearing one of these, they'd have to be a part of that Prometheus group.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I've been known to have those once in a while.
Just let me know if you find anything.
You got it.
Brainy errand. Who might have some more information?
You should know. Silence is involved with the Sons of Prometheus. He's the one who gave them the override tech to begin with.
Why doesn't that surprise me? That's probably all part of some master plan, huh?
At least we know we're good at wrecking those.
Damn straight.
Have you spoken with Alva yet?
Yeah, when she's not reading the archives like a giddy kid drinking her first ale. She took to that new focus quick, that's for sure. I gotta say, I'm a little jealous. But I can see why you two hit it off.
You look tired.
Ha! You're never one to hold back, are you? I've just been making sure that I got everything down for this mission of yours. I wouldn't want to be the usual screw-up out there.
You'll do fine, Errand. I should get going.
As soon as you want us heading out to those cauldrons.
I'll give you the heads up.
What's up with Val then?
From the look on your face, I'd say the mission was a success.
I got Omega clearance. Is everyone ready to head out to Cauldron Gemini?
As soon as you give the word.
Did Alva make it here all right?
Our new Quen friend. The moment she laid eyes on the archives, she jumped on them like a long leg.
Sounds about right. Once Gaia is back up and running, I expect you to put all your training to good use.
The seeds have been planted. All they need is a chance to bloom. What? I thought that was pretty good. Zoe liked it.
I'm glad you and Zoe found each other.
Don't forget, you're to blame for that.
It was a good line, I thought. I mean, obviously Zoe's the right audience.
Now that I have Omega clearance, we can grab Hephaestus and finally have the advantage over the Zeniths.
Can't wait to see their faces as they stare down a bunch of charging Thunderjaws.
Better them than us, for once.
I'm sure they said that before.
I should go get this to Gaia.
Of course. Let us know when we're needed.
Bit of trouble getting around to Zoe then.
Welcome back.
Good to be back. Have you met our new Quen guest yet?
I could barely keep up as she gave herself a tour of the base. Varl gave her a new focus. Though when he told her she was free to access all the data we had here, she turned so pale I thought she'd faint on the spot. We showed her to the archive room so she could see for herself. She hasn't left the place since.
Sounds like Alva. How are things with everyone?
Slightly quieter. Aaron's been busy scouring data on his newest obsession. Apparently the old ones wrestled machines as some kind of performance. Called it metal versus meat. A must-see battle between steel and flesh, as Aaron likes to put it. You'd think we have enough of that going around as it is.
Read anything interesting lately?
I found out the old ones use leaf infusions like the Utaru do. Tea, they call it. Apparently it helped soothe them. That and some sort of scented wax they used to cleanse their aura. Plus something called bubble baths. I think I'll stick to singing to calm the nerves.
Oh, bath's not that bad.
I need to get going.
Right. You've retrieved the Omega clearance. That means we'll be going after Hephaestus soon. I'll make sure my gear's ready.
When she says scented wax, though, doesn't she just mean scented candles, which are like, you know, she understands the concept of candles for light, but with scent as well. Just take it to the next level. Think about it. Hey, Alva. How you fitting in? Look at that giddy dance.
Aloy!
Right to work, I see.
There's just so much. I mean, we knew of artificial beings that served the ancestors, but Gaia? Oh, she's amazing! And you, a true reincarnation of an ancestor. Genetically speaking, of course, not like the, late CO. And there's more ancestors out there, returned from beyond the stars. Of course, they're trying to kill us, which is not great. And Eric Visser is with them, which is disturbing. And then there's Hephaestus, and...
Okay. How about we take it one step at a time?
You're right. I also owe you an explanation for everything that happened at Landfall.
Oh my god, yeah. Lots to spoke about the Quen then. The CO.
You said you owed me an explanation for what happened in Thebes. I'm listening.
Right. I'll start at the beginning with the CO. He was an Imperial, the Emperor's nephew, in fact. As such, he sponsored many diviners to search the legacy for anything that might help the tribe, and himself. He took a special interest in anything related to Ted Pharaoh, whom we consider the greatest of the ancestors.
Ted Pharaoh, revered ancestor. That's tough to take.
I know better now, of course. Anyway, the diviners discovered that Pharaoh spent a great deal of time in San Francisco. In fact, many of the most important ancestors did. So the Emperor's nephew convinced him that an expedition across the ocean might solve our most pressing problems. If only we could find the right data in this fabled city. Perhaps we could roll back the floods and storms that threatened our people. The Emperor declared that all the tribe's resources be poured into this endeavor. Dozens of ships were built, scouting missions were dispatched, and the Emperor's nephew was named CO, one who wields the legacy for the good of the Empire. The living embodiment of Ted Pharaoh, a renewer. It may seem strange now, but for a time, he carried all of our hopes. We really believed he would save us. We had no idea just how perilous the journey would be.
You said the expedition across the sea was more dangerous than you thought it would be. What happened?
We lost most of our ships to hurricanes, and scores of soldiers perished to hunger and disease. And that was before we even hit the coast. Once we landed, machines ripped our patrols apart, and we struggled to replenish our rations. There were bright spots, to be sure. We found Thebes and the greenhouse, but nothing improved the CO's mood as his dreams of saving the tribe were slowly dashed. He became more and more obsessed with Thebes and what lay behind its door, and more convinced that the title of CO was no mere honorific. You heard him, spouting nonsense about Pharaoh's essence and some kind of becoming. We knew these weren't the words of a sane man, but he was quick to put any who spoke out in front of a firing squad.
What a great guy.
The Quen are wrong about many things when it comes to the legacy. I can see that now. But what the CO became was a complete perversion of what principal diviners stand for. The pursuit of truth. I'm sorry you had to endure his madness. I'm just glad it's over. For everyone.
So, Bohai, your overseer. Will he run things better than CO?
He won't execute people on a whim, if that's what you mean. but he's hardly a paragon of integrity. I can't tell you how many times he took credit for data in the legacy that I uncovered. The best thing I can say about him is that he can be trusted to always do what's best for him.
Yep, sounds about right.
Sounds like the thing a boss does after all. They really did take the corporation thing to heart, didn't they?
Back at the greenhouse, you spoke of knowledge forbidden to your people.
Diviners are meant to seek out the truth in the legacy, and many Imperials sponsor them in the hopes they'll find something the Empire can put to use, thus gaining favor with the Emperor. But the Board of Overseers claims certain truths are detrimental to the stability of the Empire, like discovering one of our revered ancestors ended the world. That is why Diviners are only allowed to access segments of the legacy. Only Overseers can view it all. It ensures that any heretical data can be contained and retrieved before it can spread.
What happens to Diviners who break the rules?
I never had the courage to ask.
Don't want to be suspected after all, right?
The ancestors, is that what your people call the old ones?
Yes and no. The ancestors are the greatest of the old ones. Those whose legacy taught us agriculture, medicine, warfare, leadership, and patronage of the science and arts.
The CEO called Elizabeth Sobek an assistant. What's that about?
Right. Well, any old one who has made minor contributions or worked extensively under one of the ancestors is called an assistant. That's how we thought of Sobek, until we met you. Our limited access to data past the late 2040s has obviously misinformed our view of the past.
A little bit. Thank you for the follow, Catch.
You mentioned